Alright, now we're moving on to the rear. We're going to start on the passenger side just because we've got more room over here. So, as you can see, this is what it currently looks like. What we need to do, there's three E-sockets up there that we need to remove. And down here, there's this plastic shield we need to take off right here. Those are 10mm bolts. Once we get that out, you can see these two giant bolts here.
You don't take that one out, do you? You just gotta take that.
I think both.
Why you gotta take that? Oh, for the spring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Gotta take this one out for this to get the spring out. You gotta take the inner one for the actual strut. After that, it should be coming right out. Alright, so this is gonna be a 21. The big one here is a 21. And you need a 21 open and wrench on the other side. This bolt is a 18. So you need 18 on both sides. 10mm bolts. There's 6 of them, 5 of them.
I think 4
of them. All right, now we're gonna remove the 21 and then the 18. There we go. Pull this sucker out. There we go, spring is out. Alright, so we pulled the spring out. All you gotta do, once you get those bolts out, obviously just pull it down a little bit, the spring will come right out. And then we're gonna work on these E12s. Up there's 3 of those. And that will release the strut. Number 3. Just pull down, out. I'll pull this part down.
Yeah, that's a lot easier.
Alright. Yep. So, yeah, now we have the OEM. So what the OEM strut looks like. So we need to reuse some of this since the kit doesn't come with the bump stop or the little dust shield. Additionally, we're going to reuse this little plastic piece here, but all you need to do is just pop it off. Take a little screwdriver, you can actually pop that guy. Go from the other way now. There we go. And then this is the OEM gasket. We've got a new one, replacement one. We've got a new one of these, but we do need to take this apart, so we need to take this one bolt out in order to get the bump stop out. So we're using a 16mm there, and then a T30 to hold center. Alright. Comes all right off. Here's the stock one.
Also.
Alright, so here's the new Bilstein. And basically, the kit came with a new one of these top hats. So we're using that. We're using the old bump stop. It just kind of compression fits into place there. And then slide it right back on top. The Bilstein gives you a washer and a nut, so make sure you utilize those. It's a locking nut. And it's at 16 as well. Yeah, usually Bilstein uses one size bigger, so it's probably 17. So my biggest complaint with these Bilsteins is the fact that they use a stupid Allen on the middle, whatever pin. So this is going to be a 5mm Allen and a 16mm nut. Okay, here's our new Bilstein. Got everything back intact. So it came with a new little weather seal. We reused that little white piece, and we reused the bump stop. Everything else is new. So we can go ahead and put this back in. Alright, so we've got those hand tightened. Those are going to be torqued down to 20.65 foot-pounds. And the center bolt there that we put on was 28 foot-pounds. So this one here, the strut bolt, is going to be torqued down to 75 foot-pounds. The outer one is going to be 122 foot-pounds. and the ECS Tuning Kit that we have came with new bolts. One side is actually an E socket, so that bolt is an E18. All right, so the nut on this side is a 18 millimeter. Here is our new rear H&R Sport Spring. Our ECS Tuning Kit came with new upper and lower pads, so. Go ahead and put your spring in. Don't forget to do that part. Let's see here. What's the best way to go in here?
That's the top too, buddy.
Got this at the top. Can you go down further? A little bit. All right. So the bottom of this rubber thing has a little, hold on, go down more. A little thing that we need to align through this little hole. So we're gonna have to use a jack to push that back up there. That's the only hard part. So just make sure the bottom of that rubber pad has a little nub. And it comes through the bottom right where, right there. Right there. So make sure everything's seated up here. Then we'll have to jack this up so that we can get our bolts back through. Yeah. Yep. There we go. Alright, so how about the other one? The other one has to come down now. Finally got this side buttoned up. Spring is in, strut is in, and again the torque spec's on the bottom there. The outer bolt closest to the hub and the rotor is 122 foot-pounds, and then the inner one is 75 foot-pounds. So this is done. We can move on to the right side, or the other side, the left side. Otherwise, it's pretty much the same thing. Also, don't forget to put your cover back on with the 10 millimeter bolts. Alright guys, so finally finished the install, decided to take it out for a ride to see how it feels, and my gosh, like instantly, right after I started pulling out of the parking lot, I could tell that the car was different. It's definitely a little bit stiffer, but I would not say it's jarring, it's not harsh at all. It actually feels very much like stock, maybe just enhanced slightly. So I'm actually really excited. There are no, any noises, any clunks or anything, so that means we did a good job. Everything is nice and installed correctly, and it feels great. So I'll show you guys what it looks like. Alright guys, so fast forward a couple days, giving the car some time to settle. This is what it currently looks like. Here it is from the other side. As you can see, it's not terribly low, so I'm actually pretty happy with the way this has turned out so far. After the first couple days of driving this thing, it's definitely noticeable that it's, a little bit stiffer, but overall, I really like it so far. I just got an alignment, so everything's squared away there. So I'll show you guys the drop now. So let's see. It's about 26 inches from floor to fender in the rear. Front, same thing. About 26 from floor to fender. Alright guys, so that just about wraps up the install on the Bilstein B8 and the H&R Sport Springs. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, please let me know. Otherwise, we will see you guys on the next video. Thanks for watching.